We are not hearing you.
Good morning. Good. I'm glad you can hear me. So, I am very happy to celebrate Christmas Eve with all of you. And to start, let's look at what we know in 2023 and what we don't know about the story that Christians have told themselves for over 2,000 years. It is a wonderful story. It is a beautiful story. It is a sublime story. And it's not the story we have thought it was. It's something much bigger and more wonderful. So in the year 3142 of the Hebrew calendar, about 600 BCE, a prophet named Isaiah started preaching in Judea. It was a difficult time, similar to our own time, when spiritual darkness reigned, and those in power cared only about themselves. Amid the material greed of the time and the resulting suffering of Israel, the prophet Isaiah shared with everyone the vision he had that promised a much better time when people would experience goodness, love, and light at the birth of a new spiritual awareness, symbolized by the arrival of a great leader. In 2021, we still resonate deeply to the words of Isaiah, giving us the message of hope, light, love, and the end of spiritual darkness. Every year on Christmas Eve, we join together to celebrate our shared vision of the great love, the wondrous light, and finally, peace on earth. We Westerners have thought all this time that this message of joy was ours alone, representing the birth of a person named Jesus in the Middle East 2 millennia ago. Yet, light and goodness are celebrated across the world and across cultures as they have been commemorated for many millennia. Across the world, people of different cultures and faiths universally celebrate the emergence of light as the victory of spirit over our earthly, self-focused fears and concerns. The peace for which we hope is actually peace within ourselves. As we recognize and celebrate our divine oneness, the story of the light seen through universal metaphysics is the story of our evolving awareness of love as the only important energy. Ancient and modern Celtic communities in the Northern Hemisphere celebrate at winter solstice, at this time, the rebirth of the sun, the giver of life to the frozen earth, as it pierces the darkness of natural human thought with grateful awareness of spirit's nurturance. People of many traditions from the Indian subcontinent have, for millennia, celebrated the arrival of light in human awareness at this time of year as the god Vishnu being reborn. On the Hindu feast of Diwali, people celebrate with many lamps to recognize the arrival of light in human awareness, to bless the kindling of wisdom in every heart, and appreciate the light of life in every home. Native American traditions in our Western Hemisphere celebrate sun as the life-giving creative light. The sun comes direct from the mighty power above, giving it great power. The sun's light expresses the unifying power of the heavens. The Judaic tradition celebrates each year the miraculous gift of light, symbolizing their freedom to worship as they feel guided. In triumph over the desecration of the temple ancient Syrian invaders had inflicted on them, the candles and the menorah used to commemorate Hanukkah stand for the wisdom of divine revelation, the light of inner guidance. Based on this sampling of festivals of divine light, we can know that this candle lighting we are holding tonight symbolizes not a historical birth of a single person pertaining to a single religious community, but rather the ongoing dawning of a divine light so powerful that when we allow it to shine through our lives, it transforms human experience. Today, as we welcome and celebrate the universal awareness of truth that appears as light and love, we are rejoicing over our own birth, ongoing, as expressions of divine consciousness and power. In this awareness, then, let us re-experience the archetypal, metaphysical story of humanity's ongoing spiritual awakening, for we are eternally in the story of Christmas, humans awakening to divine being and knowing. This story is not really about a Jewish family in Judea 2,000 years ago. Rather, as we live our oneness with all that is, it is our personal story. Metaphysically, we are the family, the journey, the baby, the star, the angels, the shepherds, and the wise men from the east. In spirit, as in dreams, we ourselves are every character in the story. Let us then celebrate our shared spiritual awakening as we experience our inner transformation. Today, we are being born into our true selves as powerful expressions of divinity. Once upon a time, in every moment and on every day since 2,000 years ago, all the earth awaits the birth of new light, new love, new awareness as we awaken more and more to our emergence into one complete, unified spiritual mind, ideas, and expression. Back to you, Maya.
So we are entering now the actual ceremony. Can you hear me all right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. We come together tonight, today, this morning, to awaken to our spiritual essence as the hands, feet, heart, and head of our world's shared divinity. As we resonate to the eternal story of the birth of light within each of us, we attune to the universal, the metaphysical meaning of the Christmas story as our personal history of ongoing birth and rebirth in spirit. In a real way, the beautiful story of Christmas is an archetypical tale of universal spiritual experience as we are living it every day. We are now entering this reading part. We have different people who have agreed to read a power, the text, and light one of the 12 candles. We start out with the power of understanding read by Elise. Your text is on a metal stand. The other
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. The story is about birth and evolution into new levels of understanding. When we assist at a physical birth or see a newborn infant, we understand the amazing specialness of a new soul coming forth into the physical dimension Birth keeps happening to each of us over and over as we keep growing in awareness of what our lives mean. Even though this story mentions a physical location and seems to happen to historic individuals, it is the story of each of us as we are consciously reborn into increasingly higher dimensions of spiritual awareness. I light the candle of understanding.
we have an affirmation that is available later on, or if you want it now, if this is one of the powers you want to carry into your 2024, I will read it, and I read it slowly as Elise stays there, please. I am the power of understanding, listening to my life, and making meaningful connections between my experience, my beliefs, and my feelings. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, Elise. We then have Catherine reading The Power of Faith.
Our higher self, named Mary in our story, exemplifies faith. In faith, we are preparing every day to know truth and embrace it completely. With Mary, we express our power of faith, saying, as she did when she had a vision of divine beauty and oneness, my soul magnifies the Lord. Our souls, like Mary's, possessing magnifying power. We magnify good through anticipation. We expect and know that every blessing is ours now. I light the candle of faith.
And as we now hear the affirmation, by innate faith. Yes, go ahead, Catherine.
By my innate faith, I live in positive expectancy. I am devoted to seeing the good that can be.
I hope you get a sense of the power of these affirmations that can resonate with you, through the year, and you can choose one or more to accompanying you. The next power is the power of wisdom. And I have asked William if he's willing to read the power of wisdom.
As we are born spiritually, we benefit from nurturing mentors filled with wisdom. In the story, like Joseph, when he was challenged with a difficult decision, we demonstrate our power to follow divine guidance. Like Joseph, we open to a new state of consciousness, learning to understand and become spirit acting as us. We listen to our intuitive knowing of the right balance of actions that can help us move forward on our spiritual path. I light the candle of wisdom. Wisdom is growing and being lighted. Just like wisdom, it can take time.
Non, non, je ne souffre pas dessus. Je te surveille.
We do not blow wisdom out. Affirmation of wisdom. I trust and follow my inner guidance.
I just want to remind you that the lighting of your own individual candle will happen after we have all 12 powers lit. That's when
okay.
we place the individual little candles into the salt tray. The next one is the power of power. Anna, do you want to read us the power?
Fais signe de... Ok. Je commence ici. Ok.
With Joseph and Mary, we journey every day from ordinary reality to inner power in response to the demands of our physical setting. We travel repeatedly from our ordinary place of physical residence, represented by Nazareth, to a spiritual place called Bethlehem, meaning house of bread, and symbolizing abundant nourishment. This new place of inner awareness supports us in our full expression of spirit. When we evolve into spiritual power, instead of having to strain and struggle on our journey, we experience our needs being met fully and easily. Even in physically humble circumstances, our divinity shines out from our place of spiritual power, as the baby's power in the story radiated forth from a humble bed of hay in a stable. So I'll now light the candle of power. So the affirmation of power. I am master of my thoughts, words, and actions. In my spiritual power, I am a presence in whose presence others awaken to their divine identity.
Thank you. Our next power is the power of love. And we have Claire, who will read us the text and the affirmation and light the candle.
The process of birth into a new life represents the exquisite energy of love, which is spiritual desire manifesting. As we open to and connect with our essence in the spiritual dimension, we connect with love. Love grows daily in our hearts, and we recognize spirit in every entity we meet. It is in expressing divine love that we become the light of the world. I light the candle of love.
Bien.
And I can say the affirmation. I am the harmonizing power of love that lights the world. I express love by seeing the good in all. Yes.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you. And our next power is the power of life, and it is our Sandra who will read and light that candle.
Thank you. The newborn baby represents life. As we are born into our spiritual truth, we awaken to our oneness with spirit. The baby embodies our change from mortal to spiritual living through the quickening power of non-physical truth. I light the candle of life.
Hey, oh, take that.
Yes. And the affirmation of life, I am divine life, ever renewing and expressing. I give life to divine ideas. I am forever flowing forward, onward, and upward.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Our next power is the power of will, and we have Gloria.
When the journey gets challenging and painful, we turn within to use our spiritual will. Like Mary and Joseph, sometimes we feel hungry, tired, sad, angry, or anxious. Like Mary and Joseph, we may find ourselves unwelcome and unable to find a place to rest. As the holy travelers experienced, sometimes our companions are humble animals or people of low standing. We may bring forth new awareness in a stable with no prestige, and where physical comfort is very basic. As was true for Mary and Joseph, when we finally birth our new soul awareness through our spiritual exercise of will, the universe rejoices and provides for us in splendor. With Mary and Joseph as models, we focus on our divine purpose and keep moving towards its fulfillment. I light the candle of will. I light my own candle here. The affirmation is, I am willing to reach for my next goal, to stretch beyond limits, and to be the light of the world, whatever the circumstances. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yes. Thank you. And then we have our 8th candle, the candle of strength. And I understand it is Susan who will read the text and light that candle.
In our story of spiritual evolution, the universe provides us with spiritual strength. Our first divine resource is represented by the shepherds, protective expressions of spirit's strength. These spiritual guides watch over us and protect us from harm. They symbolize our ability, aided by spirit, to move forward steadily and courageously, protecting each other lovingly, regardless of disappointments and potential danger. The shepherds symbolize the strength and courage with which spirit endows us as we fulfill our spiritual purpose. I light the candle of strength.
So Susan.
The affirmation of strength. Centered in truth, I remain strong, stable, and courageous.
Thank you. So Sandra, will you be willing to read the power of zeal?
Yeah, we'll choose someone else, maybe, who would like to read.
Okay.
So we have Caroline, who will read
Thank
zeal.
you. Yes, yes, yes. Is the next power is the power of zeal and enthusiasm.
They celebrate exuberantly. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Moi, je pense que c'est le micro est dans la petite machine en face.
La petite machine en face.
Ah,
d'accord, excusez-moi, d'accord. They celebrate exuberantly our emergence into greater spiritual truth. The angels are messengers of spirit, projected into reality directly from divine mind. They share the word of truth, celebrating and empowering our awareness of divine power to overcome all limiting beliefs and conditions. The angels guard, direct, and redeem the natural forces of body and mind, which have in them the future of all humanity. The angels singing in ecstatic harmony heighten our awareness of our power to influence, through enthusiasm, not only our own experience, but that of all creation. Do I read the following? I light the candle of zeal and enthusiasm.
Dans le gros.
Ici?
Dans le gros, enfin.
Ici?
Oui.
Et ici?
Oui. Non, c'est pas... Ah.
Je le mets ici?
Oui.
La mèche est...
est longue.
Ah voilà, c'est bon.
Voilà.
It is so wonderful to have William and Caroline with us. Will you read the affirmation?
Sure. Affirmation for zeal. Like the angels, I am inspired, enthusiastic, and focused, exhilarated in my sense of purpose.
Beautiful. Great affirmations. Thank you. The next one is the power of the wise man, imagination. And we got Sylvan reading our text and lighting that candle.
The Star of Bethlehem powerfully fueled the imagination of shepherds and wise men alike. The star that illuminates our divine regeneration represents our inner conviction of oneness. This knowledge of our ability to accomplish whatever we undertake calls for the very best in us and helps us to succeed where others of equal ability may fail. Following our inner star, we exercise divine imagination to show us where and how to experience our divine inheritance. I light the candle of imagination. I am the spiritual power of imagination, shining through dark assumptions and limitations.
Thank you, Sylvan. Thank you very much. Now we have the power of divine order. And I think I asked Sandra if she would read that. Are you still there?
I have someone else.
Okay.
Sanjay. 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 Sanjay.
The gifts of wise men, or magi, represent the stored up resources of God within us that reveal themselves at powerful spiritual moments. They endow us with heavenly, not worldly treasure. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh stand for the inner resources available to us as we embody divine awareness. They are spiritual abundance, our magnificent inheritance as expressions of the Most High. The bearers of our gifts come from the East, which stands for inner awareness. The gifts we receive represent the order of truth, mind, idea, and expression. The steps to expressing our divine nature. I light the candle of order. In the flow of, I now read the affirmation for order. In the flow of divine order, I know where to focus my attention and how to adjust my thinking.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you and welcome. And our 12th candle is the candle of letting go and release. And we are looking for a volunteer who is willing to read that and light that candle. Anna.
Even after the joys of birth and new awareness, we can always learn more once we release our attachment to our experiences. Like Mary and Joseph, at every new stage of our spiritual awakening, we learn that we can't stay static. We are always called to renounce or eliminate attachment to our present level of blessings. Even amid the joy and celebration of our birth into higher consciousness, we remain vigilant not to fall back into prioritizing physical experience over spiritual light. The detour that the new family was warned to take through Egypt symbolizes the process of releasing our egoic desires for specific outcomes. I light the candle of release. And the affirmation for release. I celebrate my spiritual power to release the physical realm and embrace the good of spiritual awakening.
I invite you now. Thank you, Anna. Thank you to all who are in the sanctuary to light their individual candle if you have not already done so. And those on Zoom to light it at this moment. And to think, as I'm going to play a piece, singers from Bethlehem singing in their languages, the various languages spoken there. I invite you now to reflect on which one of these powers really spoke to me this morning, and take it as a blessing. Take it, even if it's kind of a power that you're not all that drawn to in the past, but it stood out today. And you're accepting it to be a companion for the coming year. So I'd like you to do that, to light your candle, to reflect on one of those powers while I'm going to play this piece.
They told me about rum pum pum pum, a newborn king to see rum pum pum pum. Our finest gifts we bring rum pum pum pum, to lay before the king rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum. And so to honor him rum pum pum pum, when we come. When we come, when we come.
ضوت في السما من بعيد، هالنجمة كانت من ملاك الرب، ولد المسيح بارم بابا بام بام، سبحوه يا جميع الناس، هللو هللو. Sulla strada para pa pam pam, un tamburino va para pa pam pam, al ritmo del suo cuore para pa pam pam, segnando il passo va para pa pam pam, ra pa pam pam, ram pa pam pam. Bimbo dimmi un po' para pa pam pam, dove vai tu? أولاك العيد في عنده وجهين، في وجه بيضحك والتاني حزين، والحزن الطالع من جوا موجوع، في دموع وصوت بيصرخ عنا جوع، مش مسموع صوته بمغارة صغير ولد طفل فقير، بشار العالم بفرح عظيم، خلص العالم من حزنه وأوجاعه، بتلاحم صار فيها حدث كبير وفرح كبير وأمل كبير. بمغارة صغير ولد طفل فقير، بشار العالم بفرح عظيم، خلص العالم من حزنه وأوجاعه، بتلاحم صار فيها حدث كبير وفرح كبير وأمل
So, at this moment, let us join together in gratitude, in awareness of the amazing gifts that we receive whenever we invoke them, whenever we choose to use them, that we receive from the universe. And let us just feel within the gratitude that we have for being expressions of divinity. And as part of this gratitude, you may have noticed that whenever we give, it really completes itself when we are able to receive. And the opposite is also true, that in receiving, we are invited to give and to feel the complete law of balance. And so let us, at this moment, be aware of what we wish to give in gratitude to Unity Center of Montreal. There is a basket, I'm sure, in the sanctuary, or you may wish to contribute through an online payment of some sort. But let us together repeat our blessing for giving and receiving. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And now, let us go forth and share, but radiate, give to everybody that we meet today and tomorrow, which tomorrow is Christmas Day, to just overflow with the blessings that we have experienced today. We are enfolded in a sense of wonder, feeling our inner peace and remaining mindful of the glories we have revisited in this candle lighting service. We experience deep gratitude for all that we are and have and give and receive as spiritual beings. May we share love and light all around us. May we resonate with deep, joyful peace within our hearts as spirit in us lovingly greets spirit, expressing in each other and in everyone that we meet, whether we think we like them or not. May we rejoice in our powerful expression of oneness with the infinite expanding web of energy, space, light, and love, and with the pulsing breath of love that powers the universe. And so it is.
It was on a starry night when the hills were bright, earthly sleeping calm and still. Then in a cattle shed